All right, get this. We're going on a deep dive into Christmas traditions.
The tree, the lights, the presents.
The whole shebang. You know, we've got a mountain of research here.
And by the end of this, you'll be dropping Christmas knowledge.
Like it's tinsel.
What I find so fascinating is how many of these traditions,
You know, the ones that seem timeless.
are really just a mashup of ancient rituals, cultural exchanges.
And even some clever marketing.
It's really like a global game of telephone, but spanning centuries.
Wait, I'm already hooked.
So where do we even begin to unravel this?
Now, where do we begin?
Well, let's first journey back to ancient Rome.
Okay.
Around the time of the winter solstice,
Okay.
they had this week-long festival called Saturnalia, dedicated to Saturn, the god of agriculture.
Right.
You can imagine this citywide party with feasting, gambling,
Oh.
and even a temporary flipping of the social order.
Wait, what do you mean?
Slaves could actually boss around their masters.
Whoa, talk about a holiday bonus.
I know, right?
So, but what does all this Roman revelry have to do with Christmas?
Well, it's all about the timing
Okay.
and the spirit of celebration.
Okay.
Saturnalia took place in December.
Right, just like Christmas.
Exactly. And some historians believe that this festive atmosphere, the gift-giving, and even the use of candles might have influenced later Christmas celebrations.
So you're saying those twinkling lights on our trees
Yeah,
might actually have a connection to ancient Roman candles.
it's possible.
Mind blown. But what about the Christmas tree itself?
Ah, yes, the Christmas tree.
Always been curious about that.
Well, that's where things get even more intriguing.
Okay.
Long before Christianity, people in Northern Europe celebrated Yule.
Yule?
Yeah, a 12-day festival
Oh.
starting on the winter solstice.
Okay.
They would bring a giant log into their homes
Interesting.
and let it burn for days.
Sounds familiar.
Right. Yule log TV fans.
Yeah.
And they would decorate evergreen trees, gifts and symbols,
Yeah.
believing they held magical powers.
I guess, you know, for people living through those dark, cold winters,
Yeah.
those trees must have represented
Hope.
and the promise of spring.
Exactly. And you can see these echoes of those ancient beliefs in our modern Christmas traditions.
Hey.
Well, the Yule log became our fireplace tradition.
Right.
And those decorated evergreen trees.
Became our Christmas trees.
Exactly. It's like a direct line from pagan rituals right to our living rooms.
Okay, that's amazing.
I know, right?
So Christmas is already a blend of Roman partying and Norse winter magic.
It is.
What else got tossed into this cultural melting pot?
Well, fast forward a few centuries and Christianity spreads throughout Europe.
Right.
And the church leaders, they were clever.
How so?
They incorporated some of the existing pagan traditions into the Christmas celebrations.
Oh, so it would be easier for people to convert.
Exactly.
Kind of like they met people where they were at, culturally speaking.
Precisely. It was a very brilliant strategy.
It was.
But even with these additions, Christmas, as we know it, didn't fully take shape until the Victorian era in England.
Ah, the Victorians, always up for a good celebration. So what did they add to the mix?
Well, they were obsessed with Christmas.
Well, they...
Queen Victoria and her husband, Prince Albert,
Okay.
popularized many traditions we still cherish today.
Yeah.
Decorated Christmas trees, caroling, Christmas cards. They went all out.
So some of our most cherished Christmas traditions
Yeah.
are actually Victorian inventions.
They are.
That's wild. But what about Santa?
Santa Claus.
Yeah. Did he always deliver presents on Christmas Eve?
Well, his story is a fascinating blend of history and mythology.
Okay.
It starts with St. Nicholas,
Right.
a real 4th century bishop,
Okay.
known for his generosity, especially towards children.
I see the connection, the gift-giving, the kindness, the whole shebang.
Right. He was basically the original Secret Santa.
He was.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Some scholars actually believe
Yeah.
that aspects of Santa Claus might be linked to pre-Christian figures,
Right.
particularly Odin.
Wait, Odin?
Yeah,
The Norse god of war and wisdom?
that's him.
How does he fit into all of this?
Well, Odin was often depicted as an old man
Okay.
with a long white beard
Uh-huh.
riding a flying 8-legged horse.
Okay, a flying 8-legged horse is definitely a step up from a sleigh.
It is.
But I can see the similarities.
Yeah.
The beard, the gift-giving, the winter travel.
Right.
Maybe Santa's reindeer are just a modern interpretation of Odin's.
His mythical steed.
Yeah.
It's a theory.
It is.
It sparks a lot of debate among scholars.
I bet.
But it's fascinating how those ancient beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
whether consciously or unconsciously,
Right.
might have seeped into our modern image of Santa Claus.
It's like Christmas is this giant cultural tapestry
It is.
with threads woven together from different times and places.
You got it.
I'm starting to see those Roman candles,
Yeah.
the Norse evergreens,
Uh-huh.
and even a hint of Odin's flying horse in our modern celebrations.
You got it. And the journey's not over yet.
That's right.
We've still got to explore how Christmas has been adopted and adapted.
In different cultures around the world.
Yeah, from Japan to Argentina.
This global tour of Christmas traditions is just getting started.
It is. Welcome back to our Christmas deep dive. Before the break, we were talking about the roots of Christmas traditions.
From ancient Rome to Victorian England.
Right? And now let's see how those traditions have traveled the globe.
And taken on new flavors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How about Japan?
Japan.
It's a fascinating example of how a culture can adopt a holiday.
And make it their own.
Exactly.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed Christmas was a big deal there.
Well, it's not a traditional holiday,
Right.
but it's become increasingly popular
Okay.
over the last few decades.
Interesting.
But don't expect carols and mistletoe.
Oh, really?
Christmas in Japan is more like a romantic holiday for couples.
So instead of family gatherings, it's more like
Festive date night.
a festive date night. Interesting.
Yeah, couples go out for fancy dinners,
Uh-huh.
exchange gifts,
Okay.
and stroll through streets that are illuminated with elaborate Christmas lights.
Okay.
But here's the kicker.
What's that?
Their Christmas dinner often involves a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Wait, hold up. KFC.
KFC.
That's their go-to Christmas meal.
It is.
That's so strange.
It might sound strange,
It does.
but it's become a beloved tradition.
Why?
Well, thanks in part to a brilliant marketing campaign from KFC
When?
back in the 1970s.
Oh, wow.
They convinced people that fried chicken was the perfect American Christmas meal.
Talk about a successful marketing ploy. Who knew Colonel Sanders was a Christmas icon in Japan?
I know, right?
Just proves that Christmas really takes on a life of its own.
In different cultures.
In different cultures, yeah.
Yeah.
From reindeer to fried chicken, the possibilities are endless.
They are.
Speaking of unique traditions, let's hop over to the Philippines.
Okay.
They really embrace the Christmas spirit.
They do.
Celebrations starting as early as September?
I know, right?
September. Wow, that's practically a 4-month-long Christmas season.
It is.
Do they ever get tired of celebrating?
Not at all. It's a testament to their love of family, community, and the joy of the season.
Yeah.
You'll see carolers singing in the streets,
Uh-huh.
houses decked out in lights,
Okay.
and special Christmas markets
All
popping up everywhere.
That's awesome.
They even have a unique tradition
What's that?
called Simbang Gabi.
Simbangabi.
Yeah, it's a series of 9 dawn masses
Wow.
leading up to Christmas Eve.
So it's a blend of religious devotion
And festive cheer.
that lasts for months.
It does.
That's incredible.
Now let's journey to Ethiopia,
Okay.
where Christmas takes on a more solemn or
Okay.
spiritual tone.
Interesting.
They celebrate on January 7th.
Oh, right. I forgot. Not everyone celebrates on December 25th.
That's right. Following the Julian calendar,
Right.
which is an older calendar system,
I see.
their Christmas, known as Ghana,
Then?
is deeply rooted in their Orthodox Christian faith.
Okay.
People fast leading up to Christmas,
Okay.
attend long church services,
Right.
and then break their fast with traditional feasts and games.
Sounds like a beautiful blend of religious observance and cultural traditions.
It is.
So we've got romantic Christmas in Japan,
We do.
a 4-month-long fiesta in the Philippines,
Yes,
and a spiritual celebration in Ethiopia.
it's true.
What other global twists on Christmas are out there?
Well, in countries like India and China,
Okay.
where Christianity is a minority religion,
Right.
Christmas is often celebrated more as a secular holiday.
Interesting.
The focus is on gift giving,
Uh-huh.
decorations,
Okay.
and enjoying the festive atmosphere.
So even in places where Christmas doesn't have strong religious roots,
Right.
it's still found a way to become part of the culture
Exactly. It shows the adaptability of traditions.
and how they can evolve to fit different contexts.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas has become a universal language.
Oh.
Celebration, joy, and togetherness.
This global tour of Christmas traditions has been amazing.
It has.
From fried chicken dinners to dawn masses, it's clear there's no one-size-fits-all approach to celebrating Christmas.
That's true.
And that's what makes it so fascinating.
It is.
It's a tapestry of traditions woven together by different cultures, beliefs, and interpretations.
You got it.
Speaking of unique interpretations,
Yes.
are there any offbeat or quirky Christmas traditions out there?
Oh, absolutely.
Like what?
Christmas wouldn't be complete without a few quirky traditions.
I agree.
Have you ever heard of Cagatillo,
Cogatio?
the pooping log from Catalonia, Spain?
A pooping log. You're kidding, right?
Nope, it's a real thing. It's a hollow log
Okay.
with a painted face
Uh-huh.
and legs.
Interesting.
Families feed it treats
What?
throughout December,
Okay.
and then on Christmas Eve...
Yeah. Children beat the log with sticks while singing songs,
Yeah.
encouraging it to poop out presents.
Okay, that's definitely not something you see at your average Christmas party.
I know, right?
It's amazing how some traditions can be so outlandish,
Yeah.
yet still hold so much meaning for people.
It's true. It's a reminder that traditions often reflect a culture's unique history, beliefs,
Okay.
and sense of humor.
I love it. Are there any other quirky Christmas traditions that stand out?
Well, in Iceland, they have 13 Yule lads.
Yule lads.
Yes.
Okay.
Mischievous, troll-like figures
Oh, wow.
who visit children
Okay.
in the 13 days leading up to Christmas.
All right.
Each one has a different personality and prank
Interesting.
they're known for.
Like what?
Well, for example, there's Door Slammer,
Door slammer.
who slams doors all night,
Okay.
and Sausage Swiper.
Sausage swiper.
Ooh, you guessed it.
Steal sausages.
Steals sausages.
That sounds like a recipe for some sleep-deprived parents.
I know, right?
But it's also a reminder that not all Christmas traditions are about sweetness and light.
That's right.
There's a mischievous, even a little bit dark side to some of them.
That's true, and those darker traditions often serve as cautionary tales, or ways to scare children into good behavior.
Like
For example, in Austria, they have Krampus,
Krampus.
a horned demonic figure
Okay.
who accompanies St. Nicholas
Okay.
and punishes naughty children.
Krampus. That sounds a bit terrifying,
A little bit.
especially compared to our jolly old Saint Nick.
He is.
So he's meant to be scary.
He's definitely meant to be a bit scary.
Okay.
It's a reminder that even in the midst of celebration,
Mm-hmm.
there's a need for balance.
Right.
A recognition that not everything is always merry and bright.
This global journey through Christmas traditions has been incredible.
It has been.
From pooping logs to sausage-stealing trolls, it's clear that Christmas is much more than just a holiday. It's a reflection of our shared humanity, our unique cultures, and our endless capacity for creativity and celebration.
Well said. And we've only scratched the surface.
Right.
There are countless other traditions out there,
I bet.
each with its own fascinating story to tell.
I'm starting to realize that unwrapping the history of Christmas is like opening a never-ending box of surprises.
It is.
That's what makes it so much fun to explore.
It is.
When we return, we'll wrap things up with some final thoughts on what these traditions mean for us today.
And how we can keep the spirit of Christmas alive in our own lives.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We've been on this incredible journey,
Exploring the evolution of Christmas traditions.
from ancient Rome to modern-day Japan.
It's fascinating how they've traveled and morphed.
You know, as we've been uncovering these origins,
Yeah.
I've been
Love
thinking
that.
there's got to be something deeper here than just the rituals or symbols.
Absolutely. Christmas traditions, they tap into...
Universal human needs and desires.
Exactly. Connecting us to something larger.
Our families, our communities,
Our shared history.
even something transcendent.
It's true.
They create a sense of belonging
Right.
and continuity,
Mhm.
especially when
The days are short.
and darkness lingers.
Exactly.
You know, it's like gathering around a Christmas tree,
Yeah.
singing carols, sharing a meal.
Right.
All these things, they just foster connection and warmth.
During a time when we crave those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In a world that often feels
Divide.
disconnected.
It's true.
These traditions, they're powerful.
In what way?
They remind us.
Of our shared humanity.
You're right.
Yeah.
Whether we're exchanging gifts,
Yeah.
decorating our homes,
Right.
or just spending time with loved ones,
Right.
these things reinforce our bonds and remind
Yeah.
us what matters.
Exactly. Creating moments of joy
And connection.
in the midst of all the hustle and bustle
And carrying that spirit.
throughout the year.
Yes. And what's also fascinating is how
How what?
these traditions,
Yeah.
they keep evolving.
It's
Adapting.
a changing times.
We see it in new traditions.
Yeah.
The reinterpretations of old ones.
Yeah.
Different meanings Christmas has in different cultures.
It really shows the enduring power of traditions
Resonate with people
across generations.
and across borders.
As we're wrapping up our deep dive here,
Yeah.
what stands out to you?
The most significant insight.
Yeah, what is it?
Christmas is so much more than just a holiday.
Right?
It's a tapestry of human experience,
It is.
woven together by history, culture, faith,
Uh-huh.
this profound longing for connection.
And joy.
And hope.
Beautifully said. So, as we celebrate this season,
Yeah.
I think it's worth reflecting on which traditions resonate with us
Right.
and why,
And how we can shape them.
to create meaningful connections.
And lasting memories.
And maybe even start a new tradition.
Yes.
Adding our own unique thread.
To this story of Christmas.
That's a great thought. So as we conclude our deep dive,
Hmm.
we encourage you to embrace the traditions that bring you joy.
Connect with loved ones.
And create your own special memories.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
Happy holidays!